by the finish. He finishes like a true champion. Both players have given us a great opening match here in this year's Masters. And in the end, Ronnie raises his hand to this superb crowd here, and he goes out a winner, finishing in style with a 125 break. He takes the match 6 frames to 4. And there's Ronnie Jr.
And great to see the welcoming party there. Ronnie Jr. giving his dad a well-deserved hug, because when the pressure came on at 4 frames apiece, Ronnie, who's a 4-time champion of this Masters event, was more than equal to it. And he's just knocked in his 50th century at the Masters. In fact, there he is. He's just getting his microphone on. He's about to come into this seat here to join us. But first of all, impressions of the way Ronnie was able to up a gear at 4-all and finish this one out.
Well, he certainly didn't look under pressure in the end, did he? The way he closed the match out was superb. I think Junhui was under par today, but he still fought very well, very hard. But the writing was sort of, to some degree, on the wall. I think Ronnie was cueing very well, generally.
What do you feel about it, John?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things needed as a recipe as a snooker player to be a top champion. And you've just seen, if you ever wanted an indication of how to close a match out, you've just seen it in 2 frames there. Particularly the last one, which was just exemplary. The chat, you know, is wonderful.
Well, here they come. It's a privilege to welcome Ronnie O'Sullivan and Ronnie O'Sullivan. Well, how lovely to see you both. Ronnie Senior, first of all, congratulations. 4-all, after that amazing fluke from Ding. What were you thinking at that point, and how did you manage to go through the gears thereafter?
Well, I don't know, I had a couple of 4-1, pot of the black, overscrewed, when really it was a perfect game over. And then you lose a frame like that against someone like Ding, you think, you know, he could punish you. You know, you expect you could lose 2 or 3 frames off the back, and that's what happened. I still had a couple of chances, but my head went really, and then it wasn't until it got back to 4 that he thought, now there's a bit of pressure on him there, because obviously at 4-1 down, he was probably thinking he was out of it, but he's now in it, and it's a different game.
Well, I hate to say it, but you were almost upstaged by this young man earlier on.
I'm always upstaged by him, mate. Don't worry about it.
Because Ronnie Jr., there you are. Can you see the telly here? This is you being introduced as your dad by Rob Walker. Now, there you are. You're just about to be introduced, and I think it got a bit noisy for you, didn't it? Just a little bit, yeah? OK, Ronnie...
It was really noisy.
Yeah, did you get a bit of a fright when it happened, yeah?
No, you don't get scared, do you?
No, he's shaking his head.
Cool dude.
What do you think of this man's performance, Ronnie? Ronnie Senior I'm talking to now. It's quite tricky.
His performance, he's just he's the best thing in the world for me, you know, just to see him. And obviously my little girl's here as well, so, you know, it was just nice for them to see play, and just nice to have him here. I think they've enjoyed it. And, yeah, it was a tough match, to be fair.
Ron Jr., are you proud of your dad today? Did he play well? Good, excellent. Okay. Ron, it's a big season for you. We've been obviously talking about that, but coming to Ali Pali, brand new venue, obviously the first century ever made here, and your 50th at the Masters to finish off there. I'm not sure if you're aware of it. Yeah, 50th century at the Masters. Pretty, what do you think of the new place and the crowd today?
Yeah, I like it. You know, it's different to Wembley, but you know, it's a great crowd, fantastic atmosphere out there, and you know, it's just it's good.
Have you always felt more at home playing, obviously, in front of the London crowds? You get a buzz from that?
I like playing anywhere, to be fair. You know, I just enjoy playing, and you know, whenever there's a packed audience, it's quite easy to get motivated and enjoy it. And today there was, you know, it was busy, and you know, that's when you probably play your best snooker. I
was actually speaking to John and Steve about having their family in the front row a couple of times, and it must be a little off-putting. What did it do for you to have these guys sitting there watching you?
The first couple of frames it was a bit, because they were moving about and laughing and you know, and then my mum sitting there, it was like they was on a jolly day out, and I went, and I was like, I missed it in the second frame, and all I could see was these moving, and I was like, keep still, I said. I got in the interval and I said to my mate, just tell him he's having a jolly buzz out here, I'm here to do a bit of work. Get him up there somewhere. Well, I can't see him.
Junie was saying you moved your head on the shot.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And is this something that you're going to keep doing? I'm not sure exactly what time you're going to play against either Judd Trump or Stuart Bingham.
No, Thursday. Today's it's a weekend time, and they're going back to their mums tonight, and then I'll be able to just get my head down and start grafting. But you know, they might come to the final if their mum will let them.
Is this young man a snooker player, by the way? Can he wield the cue?
He's not bad at golf. I think he's going to be a bit more of a Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, I see.
He's a bit of a geek. He's a bit intelligent.
Like it.
A lot of intelligence, this one.
Okay, Facebook mark too at some point, definitely.
Yeah.
Ronnie, it's been absolute delight to see you both here. Come back again and visit us, Ronnie Jr., won't you? You come back again soon?
You'll be interviewing him with a green jacket on.
Probably.
About
Well, that would be nice. That would be nice. All right.
Welcome to the Butler Club.
And just actually, we mentioned your next match.
Yeah.
It's either going to be against Judd or Stuart Bingham.
Easy matches now. They just get easier and easier, you know. It's the standard's so low now.
But you obviously came up against Judd at the UK Championship.
Yeah.
You said he was the most dangerous player
Yeah.
you'd ever faced. And you know, how healthy is it really for the sport that you've obviously got yourself, but you've got people like Judd coming through these days?
Well, he's a brilliant, fantastic player, and I'm fortunate enough to practice in the same place as him. And you know, I've been watching him and trying to pick up a few things because obviously his potting is just. I've never seen anyone pot so well, to be fair, and I watch it day in, day out. You see it now and again, but I see it every day. All I hear is the back of the ball in the pocket all day.
Have you been working on your long game? Can I ask you? Because you know your stats today were very high.
Yeah, my long game's been okay. I've just been watching Judd and you know and Ding and Neil and that they all open their hand and Hendry and John and they all really open their hand and I get stuck sometimes and I get a bit jabby and I just thought on the long ones, you know, you've got to pull it back and really open your hand and just cue straight through a line, you know, whereas I was steering it for years, you know.
I'm sure they're probably learning more from you than you are from them in some ways, but you can be inspired by the new generation of players. Because they are committed and they're dedicated, and they certainly, you know, every day they wake up and they're absolutely, you know, they're full of it.
It's different. Yeah, I mean, I'm still dedicated. I still don't see anyone play as hard as me, practice-wise. Still, you know, some of them do. They're like part-timers. They come in, they'll put a few balls for an hour. They're on their phone tweeting. Me, I usually switch it off and it's like business. But maybe that's the way forward, to just be that relaxed, that they just play when they feel like it. An hour here, half hour here. All them days are probably 6 hours chained to the table. Probably is not healthy. And I think they're showing me as well that maybe you don't need to play 6, 7 hours every day. I mean, you know, I've had a few days off this week where I've been with ease and just chill out and just got to trust that it's there on a day sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I just ask a little bit about going forward generally? Obviously, this is a non-ranking event. It's an event you've loved over the years, Ronnie. But you are obviously aware this is a bit of a crossroads in your career. You're quoted recently as saying that you've either got to win the German Masters or the Welsh to be absolutely guaranteed to be going to the Crucible. It must be a little disconcerting, that situation for you at the moment, isn't it?
I know I'm not ready for the qualifiers. I know I'm still capable. You know, I'm still too good to be playing in the qualifiers. And that's not being big-headed. But you know, you know, I was ready to retire last year. This time last year, I had my mind up, and then I met Steve, who you know well, Steve Peters, and I didn't want him to really be able to help me, but he has, and I've been working with him, and I've had a couple of blips along the way. But he asked me to be honest with him, and each time I've been honest with him, and we've kind of found out that I do want to play snooker, but I just want it on my terms. I'm not prepared to travel 28, 29 weeks of the year living out of a suitcase in hotel rooms. It's quite lonely, especially when you've got these at home. So I ain't going to do that. And I've decided that if I have to qualify, That's just the nature of how my life is. I still want to play snooker, but it has to be on my terms. Otherwise, you end up feeling a bit sad and lonely in yourself because, you know, if you haven't got kids, you haven't got children, it's different, you know. I was there when I was younger. I loved being in hotels, Dubai, here, there, jumping off on planes, but, you know, your mind's, you know, this is what's important, and if I can get a bit of both, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be around the circuit 28. It's just, I'll just be miserable because, you know, I can easily go down that route if I'm, you know, I haven't got certain things in my life. And we've realised by working with Steve that I've got to, I still want to play, but, you know, it's just getting everything, balance of everything, really.
Yeah, they do change the priorities a little bit, don't they? Yeah. Well, Ronnie, you better get this young man off because I'm sure the swing park or something very exciting like that is beckoning. But thanks for coming in. It's been great to see you, and it's been lovely to meet you again, young man. Okay? Take it easy. All right.
Say bye.
Well, this young man's dad, as you know, bye-bye, he's saying goodbye, is obviously one of the kings of snooker. He's made 12 maximum breaks in his career, most recently this season. In fact, we were going through the stats. There have been 8 maximums made this season alone, 4 of them in the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's been an astonishing rate of scoring. And did you know that is 1 fewer than in the whole of the 1980s? That just shows you the quality of the kind of snooker that we're seeing at the moment. But we thought, with a little bit of time in hand, that you might relish a chance to see a maximum break. Who better to show you the art of said break than Mr. O'Sullivan Sr.?